on MLB
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is that boy Brian, and welcome back to another MLB The Show 17 video. Today, I'm going to be joined by my friend and always MattBat419, and we're going to be talking about the new MLB The Show 18, which is coming out this week. I am so excited to make videos on this video.
Here's Brett Gardner now.
Yay! All right, here.
This one off today.
Here you go, right here. Yo, what is going on, guys? It is that boy Brian, and welcome back to another MLB The Show 17 gameplay video. And today we are going to be joined by MattBat419, and we are going to be discussing the new MLB The Show 18 game, which is coming out this week. I am so excited to make videos on this and play this game. I can't wait. I've been playing MLB 17 for way too long, which is what you're seeing here, but I've been playing it for way too long, and I know Matt has as well. So we are so excited for this game. We're going to be talking about it and discussing all the new features that they have added into this year's game. And yeah, so from there at least, let's leave it up to Matt, and we'll see what we got new in this year's game.
Yep, as Brian was saying, we got the new MLB game out. Everyone's really excited about the release date, obviously. If you pre-order the game, you'll be able to pick it up on Friday the 23rd. If not, it's available to everyone on the 27th. And right now, as you see, we have our gameplay in the back, but we're not really worried about the gameplay. We're kind of just chilling on here while we talk about it, so don't mind us if we're trash or whatever, we don't focus, because right now we're just trying to get the discussion out, let everyone know what's going on with the game, what the news are, Brian about to turn a double play, whatever. Alright, so the first thing we're going to cover here is about the pre-order. So I know a lot of people some people I know are unaware of what the pre-order actually gives for you. So I'm going to cover everything so everyone knows the best options and what they want to get themselves. So for just pre-ordering the game itself, which is $60, you'll receive 10 standard packs and 1 legend card. So even that so far is better than getting the game itself. Okay. After that, you have the MVP edition for only $10 more. You get the pre-order bonus of the 10 standard packs and 1 legend card, and in addition to that, you can get the MLB Steelbook, but that's only if you get the physical copy. The mission starter for a gold player, which we saw last year. 5,000 extra stubs, sponsor pack, 1 classic stadium, 10 extra standard packs, and the 30 MLB PS4 themes, which is 1 for each MLB team. So even that is a great deal for $70. But if you're looking for something more, we have the Digital Deluxe Edition and the All Rise Edition. Now, the Digital Deluxe is obviously only digital, and the All Rise is physical. So in the Digital Deluxe Edition for a whopping $100, along with the 10 standard packs already, you and the 1 legend card, you will receive a mission starter for a diamond player, mission starter for a gold player, what the hell? Digital Deluxe leadoff pack, 11,000 stubs, a sponsor pack, a classic stadium, 20 standard packs, and again the 30 MLB PS4 themes. Now, if you don't want the digital and you want to get the cool physical items, which I myself am doing, and I know Brian did the digital MVP edition.
Yep.
You can get the All Rise edition, which gives you an exclusive New Era All Rise 950 hat, which I saw myself and looks pretty dope. And you get the limited edition MVP Steelbook, which looks dope. Again, it's the cover, just like last year you had the Ken Griffey. This year it's Aaron Judge themed. The Digital Diamond Dynasty New Era, you can the All Rise Edition 950 hat. You can get the hat, but you can get that in use for the game itself, which I should be excited to figure out, because with all the new memorabilia that I will explain later in the video. You get a diamond mission starter for a diamond player, gold mission starter for a gold player, 11,000 stubs, a sponsor pack, 10 standard packs, 1 classic stadium, and again the 30 MLB themes. So that covers everything for the pre-order bonuses, so you can make an educated decision on what you personally would like to buy.
Yeah, and with everything you just said, I think that, if I'm not mistaken, if you pre-order, let's say, the All Rise edition, I'm pretty sure you get, like, so for the All Rise edition, you get 10 standard packs. I'm pretty sure you get like 30 standard packs, right? Because you get the All Rise edition, you get 10 from the MVP, and you get 10 for the standard, right? Do they all build up with each other?
I think I think it's only 20 as you get the pre-order bonus, which is the 10 standard packs, one legend card, You unfortunately, it would be cool, but you don't get all the things that also include an MLB. It's its own separate thing for the All Rise edition and the digital deluxe.
I still play that. Yeah, okay. Then that's my mistake. That's what I thought, but I guess not. Which would be cool.
Yeah, that's what the video's for.
Yeah, right. But anyway, moving on, let's talk about the new Road to the Show. Now, Road to the Show for me at least has always been a mode that like I start out playing a lot in the beginning of the year, and then like it kind of gets boring to me, and I just forget to keep playing, go and try. You know, obviously the goal to get to the MLB, I just never either make it and just like don't care about it anymore, or I don't make it and just get annoyed with not making the MLB and just stop playing it. But this year, I think I'm probably going to be playing this game mode a lot more, and these are for the reasons. So there is a new RPG progression system in the Road to the Show, which pretty much means that any game you play, any practice, or any decision you make within the game mode will determine the path of your player on his way from the minors all the way up to the major leagues. Now, if that pretty much means if you're playing in, let's say, you know, they have like the what are they called, like the tryout games, like the scouting games.
I know what you're talking about.
Where you pick like the region, and then you play for that team, like to see who you're gonna get drafted to. Yeah, so let's say you do well in one of those games, for instance, then that'll determine like what your player does for his future. Or if you get like a question asked from the media and your guy answers with let's say a cocky remark or something like that, then that'll also impact what your player's future will be like for the minors and for the majors. That's another thing right there. That bunting animation. We'll talk about animations later. But that bunting animation, thank goodness they're getting that taken out of the game, well, I think, because bunting this year has been awful. Like, absolutely awful. I haven't been able to bunt all year. They just do these. It's pretty much like a line drive down the third base line.
Yeah, what usually happens is like you pretty much bunt a ground ball, which turns into a lot of double plays, which in a normal situation, pitchers should be able to lay that down, move the runner to second, or if they throw to second, should be at least be able to reach first. Because I'm telling, I mean, it may happen like very rarely, but in a regular game, you would not see a runner on first with decent speed and a pitcher lay down a bunt and get a double play out of that.
Right, exactly. So I'm glad they're taking that up, but we'll get to animations later on in the video. So the next thing for Road to the Show is there are new archetype system. Now each archetype, and we've seen this in games like Madden and games like 2K, and even NHL for that matter. Archetypes are pretty much play styles for how you want your player to play. So these archetypes are different play styles which are used to represent different major league players with those play styles. So let's say you get somebody like, I don't know, Chris Bryant, who's a third baseman obviously for the Chicago Cubs, who's a power hitter, but he also has a pretty good glove down there at third. So that would be like his archetype. So like his main thing would be like power, and then his secondary thing could be like a good glove. So then your guy would have a pretty good glove as well as having power, which are like his specialties. Which I think is,
interrupt for a second. I would just like to say for the archetypes, the thing that makes them really good is that it's really balanced. Because for again someone like Chris Bryant, who has a nice power and a nice glove down there at third, it also presents the opportunity to have like a lesser ability to, let's say, hit for contact or steal bases or something like that. I mean, he has a good arm, but like, or have a good arm or whatever. So it makes everything really balanced. So you don't have one overpowered player, obviously, who can just do everything, like we saw with the created players in Diamond Dynasty last year, which kind of got a little out of hand.
Exactly. Right. You're completely correct on that. Next thing regarding sort of the archetypes are attribute caps. Now, the attribute caps are going to be up to you to improve throughout your season and throughout the minors and the major leagues. Now, that pretty much means there's no more stubs or XP system in Road to the Show. Now, stubs and XP can still get earned in franchise mode, I'm pretty sure, and definitely in Diamond Dynasty. But for Road to the Show, there are no more stubs or XP for upgrading your player. No, now your caps and your attributes are determined by in-game play. So if you play good in a clutch situation, then let's say your clutch attribute will increase. Or if you hit a home run with, like, let's say first and third in a one-run game to go ahead in like the 8th inning, kind of like a home run hit right there from Matt. Nice stick. But
I didn't think that was going out.
Yeah, it was a wall scraper. But if you hit a home run in like the 8th inning in a clutch spot, then your home run attribute will go up. So it's pretty much like that, which again, it's good in a way. It's good because it makes you really earn your attributes. You can't just like have like a guy that can do everything, which makes sense because in the major leagues you're never gonna have that one guy that can do everything, which is good that MLB's adding that balance to the game to make it more realistic, as it is in the real life major leagues.
Definitely create more of a skills lap now.
Right. Also, the last thing for Road to the Show is you can improve caps by doing this thing they call focus training. Now, focus training is where you pick a skill. So let's say I want to practice bunting. That's kind of pathetic. Let's say I want to practice hitting for contact, right? Like who bunts? Come on. Pitchers maybe. Pitchers sometimes maybe, but nah, who bunts?
No bunting.
Well, let's say I want to practice hitting for contact. Let's say off the tee. So that'll be one of the skills I can pick. And then when I'm not playing in games, I'll have like days on my schedule specifically used up or scheduled for those hitting or those focus training skills. So if I'm having an off day after a game and I want to get my caps up a little bit, then I can just like that, I can just go right into the skills, the focus training skills menu or system, and practice hitting off the tee, and that can also get my contact or power or whatever it is up. So that is another great tool to use. I recommend using it if it works the way it should, and if you're playing Road to the Show, because any way you can upgrade your player is going to be key this year, because with the not being able to spend money or XP or like virtual currency on the game, it's going to make it a little bit harder to get those 99 overall players or whatever overall you want your player to be. So any way that you can upgrade your guy is definitely going to make an impact on your career.
Right, and with all these new features and everything, this makes Road to the Show a lot more customizable, obviously, with your focus training and your decision making. It makes it a lot more balanced with the archetypes and a lot more realistic in the way that you can't just buy your attributes anymore, obviously, with the stubs. You have to work for it just like everyone else does in real life. So it's just overall a much more realistic balance and just a greater Road to the Show experience.
Right, yep, that's exactly what it is. So on to the next segment here in our discussion video, and we are flying through this. It is only the 4th inning. We are halfway done. We have three more really little segments in the video. We have commentary and presentation, which I'm going to go over now, and then Matt's going to go over the Diamond Dynasty, which everybody loves to play. Yeah, it's a huge. It's just what most people that play MLB play. So I'm gonna get right into it with the commentary and presentation. So the first thing that we have new in this year's game is we have double the amount of crowd animations. Now, you see in these games, if you watch one specific character, like if you watch that guy right behind home plate right now in that gray Mets uniform, then you'll probably see him do the same exact animations. It's a cycle. Pretty much what they do is game developers and MLB, they'll put each player on a little cycle, and they'll have that player do this, or that character or that crowd member do the same animations over and over throughout the game, just on like a cycle or on a timer essentially. So that's the thing that kind of gets annoying after a while, seeing people do the same animations after every single replay, or every single highlight or home run or whatever, or pitch. Like you saw that, like that guy just clapped the exact same way he did the pitch before, just watching that one person, right? So now there's double the amount of animations, so you're not going to get the same old animations from 17. You're going to get new and revamped, more realistic like animations in this MLB The Show 18, which I think is a great addition, because I feel like games, they always want the graphics and they want to make it realistic, but they focus on the gameplay, which, don't get me wrong, gameplay is number one, but I feel like crowd plays another big factor in these games because it's just like the atmosphere, and it makes the game more look and feel more real. You know what I mean?
All these improvements are all in an effort to make the game just more realistic.
Right, exactly. Also on the commentary and presentation side of things, we have new full speed replays on significant plays. So highlight plays if you hit a home run, maybe if you strike a batter out or something like that. Then there'll be full speed highlight replays, which now you don't get too many replays in these games, and if you do, they're kind of just like boring, you know, like half speed maybe. But now you're gonna get full speed replays, and they also are gonna use a 3D ball trail to show the path of the ball on hits and pitches now, which is kind of cool that you'll see in the majors, like StatCast.
StatCast.
Yeah, StatCast. They'll have like the players going back on the ball, like the distance traveled to get the ball, and like for home runs, like the distance or the exit velocity, stuff like that. That's all going to be added into this year's version of the game, which I think is absolutely sick because those are like always like the coolest things to see when watching a baseball game, like how hard these players are actually hitting the ball, or how tough that play really was to make, even though he made it, like a diving catch, how far he had to run, you know, stuff like that. So I'm really glad they're adding that. I think it'll add a whole new dimension of realistic-y. Is that I don't know. Realism. Is that a word? I don't know. Making the game look more real, just in the game. I don't know. That's, you know what I mean. But anyway, and back to the crowd. Attendance logic has been completely revamped, meaning the way the way characters and crowd members act, the way they...
Yeah, I was gonna point that out. If you notice here, I mean, no offense to the Mets, but you can see how literally every seat in the whole stadium is filled right now. Yeah. Now, no offense, obviously, against the Mets, but in a regular exhibition game like this, you wouldn't see every single seat filled like how it is now. Yeah, again, this is all in an effort to make the game all more realistic.
Right, exactly. This is just a you know, a little play game. This could very well be the 45th game of the season that nobody really worries that much about. But there's no way it's going to be a packed house every single game you play, which is what is changing this year in the game. They are making it where now there's the bunting animation again. But now they're making it so attendance now factors in variables like day of the week, the matchup of the game, and the score of the game, and a lot more that they haven't actually revealed to us. Now, let's start with the day of the week. Now, you'll see most games, like Sunday afternoon games, 1 o'clock games, will be pretty packed, or let's say Sunday night on, like, you know, ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, or Wednesday Night Baseball on ESPN. You'll see those games are pretty packed and pretty much sold out for the most part in real life. Now, in MLB, you always have the same crowd, you know, just in every single game, but now, depending on the day of the week, you'll have different crowd attendances and different animations to go along with those crowd characters, which I think is a great thing that they've added, because like you said, you don't want to, it's never going to be a full house every single time, and it's just adds a whole layer of depth to the game and to the presentation aspect of it. Let's see. Also, they are using new ball physics and trails when hitting and pitching. So they are adding new ball physics, ball spin, top spin, backspin, accurate air density calculations, and proper launch angles, which can differ and affect your hits or your pitches or home runs or any of that. Like, you know, if you have a windy day and the ball's sinking down the right field line, maybe the ball will go like that, like exactly like this. The ball's trailing, right? So that's an example of a ball physics right there. The ball was started in fair territory, ended in foul territory. Now that's going to be a huge part of this game, because they totally revamped that. Because in MLB The Show 17, this game you're seeing right here, that same animation we just got with that home run will happen almost every time it's a fly ball that's tailing, right? But now it's going to be completely different with backspin and topspin and all that. So that's a great factor, because in real life you don't know, the ball's not going to do the same thing every time. You have no clue where the ball's going to go half the time, every time you pitch it or hit it. So you really can't control most of the time. I mean, I'm not talking pull or take opposite field. I'm talking about where the ball's going to trail. So that's going to add a whole nother
Stepping in and
dimension and layer to this presentation side of the game. And the last thing to do with ball trail and all that, they're adding new accurate weather models. So if it's like a rainy day and the ball's getting slowed down because of the rain, they're gonna add that. Or if it's like raining and the field's muddy, the ball could slow down on you because the field's not as clean and crisp. It could slow down the ball because the field could be wet. Throwing errors and stuff like that could be affected because of the weather. There's that ball trail animation again. Let me just point out. And weather models are used for accurate ball spin, like I was just saying, for right-handed pitchers and left-handed pitchers. So it'll be for both, not only just one. Now more on to the animation side of things. We've got new tagging engine for smooth and precise tagging animations. Now this is well overdue. These tagging animations have been the same for the past 3 years, and they're getting annoying.
See that animation?
You'll never get into unless the guy's really pretty bad at the game, you almost never get into a rundown and get out of it safe. Go on.
Would you like to just show an example here?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Alright, I'll get you to rundown.
Alright, I'm gonna go through it.
Show you how to screw up these
Alright, I'm gonna go through it.
Alright, let's just show you how screwed up these tagging animations are right now.
So I'm gonna go back. It's right here. And first of all, look how long it takes my guy to move around. Look how long it takes him to get up. See that? What is that?
Oh shit, I threw the wrong range.
Look how long it takes my guy to turn around and change direction. Look at that. That takes forever.
Yeah. See, look, when you're doing stuff like that, where you have rapid change in throwing, it's so easy for the fielders to get one out because you can just go like that and
every time. And I'll scare myself out now. No, it doesn't matter, but that's what I'm saying. It's the same exact engine for tagging the past 3 years. So now they're changing it up and they're making it new. They have bare-handed tags. They have tagging players as they're running past them. If you get a ground ball at second and there's a guy running from first second, he'll go out, tag him, and then throw to first to make a double play, just like in real life if you had a guy running right past you. So it's really cool and different like that. Again, all these things are to make the game more realistic and more like real life, which I applaud MLB for doing to try and make this game as realistic as possible. Now, with the commentary part of the game, we have new storylines for commentators and quick facts from the broadcast booth, which is like a slogan. So pretty much that means they're not going to be saying the same old "Hello, welcome to Citi Field," as you'll be seeing the Mets play the Yankees in this Diamond Dynasty or whatever. Now there's all new different commentaries. There's new lines and phrases that the commentators will use, which is again great because you'll never see an MLB game or any game for that matter where the announcer says the same exact stuff every single game, which I've always thought to myself it'd be really cool if they could have a different broadcaster for every single team like they have in real life, you know what I mean? But obviously they can't do that because they need all the rights to those players and whatever, but that'd be so cool. But that's kind of what they're trying to do by adding the new phrases and commentary storylines. And the quick facts from the broadcast booth will kind of be like a thing like they have in the real MLB games when you're watching on TV, when you'll say, alright, we're going to cut down to the field where we talk to, blah, 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 to get some insight on what they were thinking on that last play, stuff like that. They'll have that in the game, which I think, again, is a great addition because it makes the game much more realistic, like a real MLB game. Now, I'm almost done here. We have a couple more points. We have new weather, like we were talking about before, new weather system where you get now rain delays in games. You'll get and your players will be affected by those rain delays. So if your pitcher's pitching like a perfect game and then he hits a rain delay, he might be a little fatigued after. He might not be as solid as before, which again is making this a lot more realistic. And it's really important that I feel it's important that MLB does this because the game, I feel, the reason I stopped playing this game a while ago was because it was too plain. There was not enough. Yeah, they had new updates and stuff, but the gameplay was just not. It was just the same old. I felt like I was playing a video game, which obviously I am, but I want to feel like I'm playing a real game. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what pretty much any video game creator wants to, or sports video game creator wants you to feel like. Which I feel like you get new additions with the crowd and the commentators and all these new animations makes it feel like
wow, I'm controlling an MLB team. I'm playing an MLB game instead of I'm playing an MLB video game.
Right, exactly.
And
And the last points I'm gonna make are just some small points. There are new stadium-specific backdrops and camera angles. So if you're at Citi Field right here, you'll get different camera angles and different backdrops of like New York or the background than you will at, let's say, Yankee Stadium or Wrigley Field or Fenway Park. All those are different, which again adds that real aspect to the game. And the last thing I'm gonna talk about for animations is a new batting stance creator, which allows you to edit or create any batting stance you'd like. It's almost like in 2K with the jump shot creator, and it lets you create your own jump shot. This will let you create or edit any batting stance you'd like, and you can make it your own or you can make it someone else's. So it's really cool. Adds a whole new layer of depth to the game, and it just makes the game a lot more fun and enjoyable. So yeah, I think that's pretty much. I don't know, I talked for a while there. That was
Yeah, and that's all good.
It was good though.
A lot of information to cover.
Exactly. And now the last segment here is going to be Diamond Dynasty, which I'm going to let Matt cover right now. We have a couple innings, and we can go, if we're not done by the end of the game, we can even go a minute or two and just talk about it there, which is completely fine. Yeah, or we're going to extras. That'll work too. But anyway, I'm going to hand it over to Matt here for Diamond Dynasty, which is, I think, MLB's most played game mode. Everyone loves it. I love it. Matt loves it. So I'm going to hand it off to him right now. Tell us what's new with the new game.
Alright, well, on for, as Brian said, one of the most anticipated game modes in any MLB game, Diamond Dynasty. Now, I feel like, I mean, they add new stuff every year, but eventually, I mean, it always gets old, as the Brian said, but with all this new stuff, it's like, there's so much diversity that it's just, you gotta keep playing, and you gotta get those missions, and you just gotta put dedication to it, and it rewards you for that, which is a great feeling of accomplishment when you do a whole mission, and you just get this accomplishment of a great player. So starting with the mission topics, we have a new flexible program system where you have the opportunity to select which specific missions you want to play yourself. Instead of having to complete all of them, there's diversity now. Additionally, when you get these smaller programs, you get like, I don't know, get 5 hits in the game or collect 15 cards from this team. You work your way up, and so you get some specific players. You get like a Ken Griffey Jr. card, which they had last year as one of the main missions, but that might be a smaller mission. And you work your way up and up and up. And for like the final stages this year, you have these like ultimate legend cards essentially, which would be like Babe Ruth or Nolan Ryan, who are just like in these gods basically. I don't know what to call them, but
Hall of Fame
insane cards. Yeah, and there's these insane cards that you work up to, and that'll be your final goal. And I mean, I can't wait to see if I can be able to work all the way up to that and get that final feeling. And now for these legends I was talking about, like Babe Ruth or whatever, these attributes now, instead of being capped at 99, which like would allow you to get other players who would basically the same skill level. So if you got like a flashback, I don't know, whoever from 2007, he was a 99, and you got a Babe Ruth card from whenever, and he was a 99. That's basically saying like Babe Ruth was as good as this flashback card, which was not really that accurate. So now these legends, so to say, have the ability to have their attributes over 99. So let's say for someone like Babe Ruth, who was obviously known as a power hitter, his power versus righties could be like 120 or something, and that's gonna be really important this year to let you know, like, when you have these legends cards, they're gonna stand out and they're going to hit against you. Like, it's not like they're a normal card that you can just get or get similar attributes. They're going to stand out. Are you good?
Yeah, no, I'm well, I was getting up a guy in the bullpen and
oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
And anyway, it really shows the gap that this skill that Babe Ruth once had versus just some random old card from whenever. So that's a really important factor this year too. Now, for people who are interested in collecting and are devoted to their team, there's hundreds of new souvenirs that you can collect for your team, like specific hats, like the hat I spoke about in the pre-order edition. You can even get like autographed baseballs from certain players, and even like bobbleheads. Like that's insane. They're adding bobbleheads into Diamond Dynasty, which I think is really cool.
That's sick. It's like real life essentially. You can just like collect, like if you go to a baseball game and it's like, oh, it's bobblehead, you get a bobblehead, you put that up on like your dresser for like a collector. Like, that's great. They could do it in the game too. It's just, it's so
yeah,
sick.
it provides again a more realistic and home feeling of the game. Now with these new collectibles, if you so choose, there's a new whole exchange concept where you can exchange your bobbleheads for collectibles or experience or stubs or something. Wait, not those stubs, but whatever, or anything to help further improve your team, which can be really important as if you collect every MLB jersey, like from one jersey from each team, then you get a certain amount of experience or something, which is really cool because again, it adds this new collecting feature to the game that makes you want to keep playing and keep collecting and keep achieving all these missions. Now, for one of the last things that I know many people are very devoted to is their created player. Now, going along with this new archetype system, for when you want to improve your players, there's position-specific missions for each position, obviously position-specific, that will allow you to improve your player in a specific aspect. So you have to complete certain missions to get your guy better at his shortstop position, something like that, which is going to be really good again for diversity or whatever, and doing all these missions, and it's just going to be an overall greater experience for the game, and it's just going to make you work, which is just what Diamond Dynasty is really all about. Playing the games, collecting the cards, doing the missions, getting everything, and achieving your team. Which, again, yeah, we're in a very close game right here. This should be a defining play. Gonna
Gary chose like in the playoffs. So I had to.
I guess that pretty much covers it for the new Diamond Dynasty as we're about finished with this game. You know what? We are finished with this game. Yep, we are finished. And that's the game right there, baby.
Wow. You gotta walk off. Yo, our games are always so close. Like Matt and I, we would play every single day when MLB The Show 17 came out, and we're gonna try and do that again this year. But our games are always just so close. Right. Just they always are, and it's great. Both of us are. We completely love this game. It's we love playing each other. It's just an amazing feeling. Once the new game comes out, we're going to be playing each other a lot, and hopefully making a lot of videos for you guys. Definitely.
So,
is that it?
I mean, the video's already been running a little long, but
that's going
to pretty much conclude it for today.
That was insane timing. Wow.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of stuff about the new MLB 18 game, and I know myself, I am extremely excited for this game, as I assume you are as well.
I cannot wait for this game, guys. Once I have this downloaded on my PlayStation, this Thursday, what month are we in? March 22nd, at midnight, bro. Ooh, it's gonna be a good time. I cannot wait.
I know, it's gonna be a great experience for everyone.
Yep.
So that's pretty much gonna wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something about the new game.
Yeah, let us know in the comments on both of our videos, like what's edition are you guys gonna get? What are you guys most excited for? If there's anything else that you guys want, that you guys have heard, or you guys want to add, like, your input towards our discussion, let us know in the comments. I'll be responding to comments if I get any. I'm sure Matt will. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Matt and I will be making much more MLB videos, hopefully in the near future once this game does release later this week. Yeah, but that's it. I again hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to Matt if you're on my channel. If you're on Matt's, I mean, you don't have to subscribe to me, but you know you can.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, subscribe to Matt. Link will be in the description below. And as always, I hope everyone and every single one of you has a great night. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
See ya.